Welcome, Anya, your house coach. Today we are going to talk about crystals. Some of us are very knowledgeable around crystals and have been for many years and use them all over the place. Others are starting to understand that, I think they're a good thing, but don't really know a lot about them. And then there's the others like myself who've got some idea and have been surrounded by them for quite some time, 5 to 7 years, whatnot, maybe even a little bit less, but are still learning about them. Well, today I want to talk about what I can share with you and some crystals that I have actually curated for the home. So 26 years ago, I was actually gifted my first crystal, which this is the particular one here, which is a quartz. And the person who gave it to me suggested, because I was actually in my pregnancy of my first child, and said, this is a really good energy. Now, I don't think she said the word energy because 26 years ago, we didn't really use that word. However, she said, you know what, if you need to feel better or feel good, you need to have some support around you, it's really great to hold it. And I really did, and it did amplify my feelings. However, somehow it went into a drawer, and then it went to another drawer, and I'm happy that I still have it, but I did absolutely forget about it and not really connected with crystals till I would say maybe about 7 years ago. In my staging business and understanding how homes have energy, I started to do a little bit more deeper work. Definitely had an understanding of feng shui, but decided to start connecting with crystals. And at that point, I had really got clear on the rose quartz, and I got these beautiful little rose hearts. And I had put 2 on my bedside and 2 on my husband's bedside. So really amplifying the connection of love and peacefulness and all that. So that started at that time. And then about 3 or 4 years ago, I really connected in energy cleansing and definitely started to understand the power of them and use them in my clearing and cleansing ceremony. And what I would do is have clients, before I start, they would be drawing a bird's eye view of the floor of the house that we were working on. So in their home, if they were maybe in a 2-story home, they would draw a bird's eye view of the one floor, which would maybe be the front entrance, the living room, dining room, and kitchen, or it would be a condo, which would be the entrance, a bedroom, an open concept kitchen, and dining area. So whatever the space was, it was from a bird's eye view. And then I had asked them to take 5 crystals and put one in the north and one in the south, one in the west and one in the east, and one in the middle. And what they say about crystals is that it doesn't really mean that you have to know why you're picking it. It kind of picks you at sometimes as well. And so the crystal that was sitting in the north, maybe it was sitting in the kitchen, and I'll just show you this particular one. This is a tangerine colored quartz, and it's all about fun and playfulness. Maybe what meant is that that's what needed to happen in that space. Or if it was maybe a pyrite, which we'll talk about, needed some abundance in the front entrance. So it all really depended. And then I also noticed wearing crystal jewelry, so bracelets, and this beautiful necklace that I actually wear every time I do my energy cleansing. And I had it restrung. So, and you can see here at the end, it has a cherry quartz, rose quartz. So crystals have become really important, and I've really noticed a change. I might go and wear a citrine when I need some protection, or if I'm doing a talk, I might wear certain crystals and put them in my pocket. So they do really amplify us in different areas. They can give us protection, like I was saying. They can soothe us. They can help us with concentration. They can actually, this particular one I just bought, and this one here, lapis lazuli, I think it is, I'm not pronouncing them all properly, is really good for opening up your third eye. So they really do have an area that they assist within, and more areas than one. 2 books that I want to talk about that I think are wonderful is Judy Hall she is amazing, and she's got a lot of great information. This is one of the books that I have from her, and it says crystals to empower you. Use crystals for the law of attraction and abundance and well-being and happiness. And it's wonderful because if you are just a beginner, it really discusses, like this one here, financial alchemy. How interesting is that? So there is a slew of information, which is wonderful. And then another one is the Crystal Healer, and it talks about all the different crystals too, and it goes from color. So a very interesting book. And this one is Philip Premutt. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name correctly. Permutt. Wonderful book. So these are the two reference books that I like to go into. And so let's start by talking about your high vibrating office. Many of my clients do have an office. They have their own business. And so I felt it was really important to have the crystal sitting on your desk or your credenza. And all my crystals sit on a crystal grid, which looks something like this. I'll show you a larger version. And the crystal grid is a flower path, and it is sacred geometry. It really amplifies the crystal sitting on there. And what I suggest, and it is said, to put an intention to your crystals when they're sitting on the grid. And so I say download the letter of intention for your space from my website and write what your intention is for that space. What is it in your office? How much money is it that you want to make on a monthly basis? What is it that you need? What is it that you want to give? What is it that you want to provide? And add all the adjectives and adverbs in there and fold that up and put that underneath the grid. And you'll see what happens. So for example, in your high vibrating office, I do, as I was saying, have the lapis lazuli. And this one is about the mind. It gives you ideas, thoughts and dreams, possibilities, and aids you in organizational skills. Then we have the pyrite. So Mona's here to help us also talk about crystals, my cat. Promotes wealth, ideas, opportunities, teaches us how to make money and build a business. It's a very strong protector. And then we have avertine, which is motivation, creativity, leadership, decisions, speed and fast reactions. Sometimes we need to hurry it on up and just answer that email. Also, we have the citrine, which brings abundance and wealth, creativity, and decision making. So earlier on I talked about the citrine for protection, and here I'm talking about creativity, decision making, and wealth. So crystals do give us more than one area of helpfulness. And then we have the clear quartz. A clear quartz really brings in all the crystals together and amplifies it, bringing energy in the room. So I would then put that in the middle. Another area that I have curated is the bedroom. Now this particular bedroom is the master bedroom. It could possibly be broken up into a children's room, but I'll explain to you what I have put together here. So in the first area, which I actually spoke about, I've got the one rose and one cherry quartz for each bedside. And then I have the selenite, which is clears unwanted or overactive emotions. It increases sex drive, and it gives you a youthful appearance. And then also here, these little guys are Gerenuk Garnet. And garnet is enhanced sensuality, sexual intimacy, protects you from nightmares, and super passionate feeling. The other thing that I want to just quickly talk to you about selenite. Selenite in a stick like this, in a long stick like this, is also wonderful for clearing energy. So I have this and I just clear off all the energy and bring in all the goodness, especially really focusing on removing the stuff from the corners, because that's where all the negativity happens to sit in, and it disperses in the air and then it just goes right into the corners. So releasing it from those corners brings it out and brings in newness. The other area is the front entrance. Front entrance is a really important space, as you know, because when you're coming from the outside in, that's the first place that you lay your eyes on. And many of my clients do talk about how this area really can get their sort of, their goat going, and they want to be coming in a more happier feeling. And so I do talk about how important it is to keep that place cleansed, physically, energetically. And so what I've put together here is we start with black tourmaline, and it is protection. So protection from outside, positivity, happiness. Happiness, so when you're coming into the space, grounding, and also luck. Luck for you, your home, your family. And then we have jade, which welcomes wealth and good luck, balance and courage, which is so important. And then we have green fluorite, which clears away negativity in the area and re-energizes the atmosphere. This is really huge for the front entrance, as I say, because it's a place that sometimes we have too many shoes, too many coats, too much paper. And when we have this in the area, it really helps by keeping the place simple and what its purpose is, coming in from the outdoors of craziness, sometimes craziness, and coming into blissfulness and calmness and retreatfulness and sanctuary. And then we also have the moonstone, which is happy home and wisdom and creativity and going with the flow. And last, I've put in love and appreciation for our home. When we love our home and we are connected to it, it really is connected to us and has our back. So that duality of us and our home are really very important. And then the other one that I curated isn't for the home, but it's actually for when you're going out. And now this one here is called the Divine Feminine Power Within Oneself. This particular one happens to sit in a cherry blossom sachet. However, because it says feminine does not mean it is only for women. As we know with women, there's the masculine and the feminine, and as we know with men, there's the masculine and the feminine. So men might not particularly want this cherry blossom pouch. However, it is for both sexes. So let's talk about the rose quartz. Self-love, emotional healing wounds. And so when we are out there, sometimes we get irritated, sideswiped with judgment emotions. It's so beautiful to have rose quartz and come back to the power of love, loving oneself, loving others, not judging. And then we have the tiger's eye. Tiger's eye makes you feel better and says, you know what, just go for it, which is wonderful when you just need that little bit up. Then we have the carnelian, and it's inspirational. Your voice, hear your voice, and also self-esteem and personal power. We have the amethyst, which is protection and wealth, speaking, public speaking, which is so important. What a great thing to put in your pocket or in your bag. And moving forward in life. These are wonderful if you're at a meeting, speaking to other people. And then once again, we have the master healer, the clear quartz. And this amplifies the energy throughout, as well affects other crystals, as I have said before, and it absorbs and stores and releases and regulates energy. So there you go. We've got crystals for 4 different spaces. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe, and then you will be receiving my next video. Bye for now. Annie Levine, your house coach. And if you want to go to my website and get the letter of intention, the address is anyahousecoach.com. Bye for now.